Okay, I'll be telling us a story of a friend who reached out to me. So please listen to the story, watch to the end, and don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section. Okay, I'll be saying the story as though it's me. My best friend was in an abusive and manipulative relationship for 3 years. We all saw her boyfriend for who he truly was, but for some reason, she didn't see him that way. I tried several times over the years to get her to break up with him, but nothing worked. She finally broke up things with him when she caught him on bed with another woman. When she broke up with him, she became very, very depressed. She stopped eating for some days. She stopped eating for days and she stopped going out. She had literally made this man her whole world. Her mom and I tried everything we could to help her, but nothing worked. Now, around this time, I had a sneaky link with, let's call him Michael. Now, Michael and I had been romantically involved, but we are not dating. We tried dating before, but it didn't work. So we just decided to keep things casual. I meet Michael once or twice a week. It was during one of these meetings that I told him about my best friend. I told him she was depressed because of her breakup. And at this point, my boyfriend ex was trying to come back into her life. He was trying to manipulate and convince her to forgive him like he has always does. And it seems like it's working. I could see the way she is acting and wanting to go back to him. Michael suggested I set my friend up with another man, maybe meeting a man or starting a new relationship will help her move on. I thought this was a great idea. He told me he had a friend who was single and searching for someone to date, so I gave him my friend's number. And the plan was that his friend was going to chat her up on WhatsApp and then they will start talking. Hopefully, something might develop out of the whole situation. I saw my best friend after 3 days. She told me that an unknown number, had messaged her on WhatsApp and was interested in getting to know her more. She decided to give him a chance, so they got talking for 3 days straight, and she was beginning to feel for him. I was very happy to hear this. I could see her eyes shining for the first time after a while. I acted as if I was not the one who set everything up in the first place. I wanted her to get to know my girl's friend before I tell her I was the one who linked her up. So I didn't see Michael for 2 weeks after this. When I finally met him, he asked how things were going with her, and I told him that things were going great because I had spoke with her earlier this morning and she sounded very happy and couldn't stop talking about Michael's friend. Let's call this Michael's friend Raymond. So Michael started talking about Raymond and who he was. Michael told me that Raymond was the son of a Nigerian politician who had lived in the US but comes down to Nigeria once in a while. Raymond was loaded, he was rich, he was very, very rich, and he was a little bit older and was looking for a woman to settle down with as a wife. Michael showed me his picture and my spirit just felt for him. When I found out the kind of man he was, he's the kind of person I want to settle down with. He has everything I want in a man. And I was ready for marriage. I was angry because Michael didn't tell me all of this before giving him my friend's number. If he had told me all of this about Raymond, I wouldn't have given him my friend's number. I would have given him mine instead. So I asked Michael for Raymond's number and he refused to give me. So I angrily left his place. I angrily left his place and I wanted Raymond for myself, and I'm willing to do everything in my power to get him. I know by now you're thinking I'm a bad friend from wanting to take Raymond from my best friend. Don't get me wrong, I love my best friend with all my heart, but we're talking about a millionaire here who is ready to settle down. And I'm also in my late 30s and I want to settle down too. After all, they've just been talking for 2 weeks. It's not like they're even dating. So it was because she got to meet him at the first place. I didn't see what I was doing as something that was wrong. I was also ready to find up another man for her, and I had deep feelings for Raymond. The next move was to get his number from my best friend. That wasn't much difficult because I have her phone password, so I just collected his number from her phone. And I started looking for a way to introduce myself to Raymond because Raymond don't want his supposed woman to know he's rich. He just wanted the person to love him for who he is and not for his money. As at this time, my friend didn't know who Raymond was, and Raymond was just trying to was trying to get her to like him for who he is and not his money. So she had no idea that he was a billionaire. So I asked my best friend how things were going up with Raymond, and she said they had so many things in common, but she was still thinking about her ex. For the first time, I thought a thought crossed my mind to encourage her to go back to her ex. But I love this my friend, and this guy was very abusive, both physically and mentally, and I wouldn't want that for her. So what I wanted to do was to get Raymond on my side. Having known that he doesn't want his girlfriend to know that he has money, or the woman he wants to settle down with to have money, and just wanted her to like her for who he is. So I couldn't just go to his WhatsApp to chat him, even having his number. So from the information I gathered from Michael, he used to go to a nearby gym. So I started attending that gym. I started going to the gym close by and then to see him, and then we became friends and we got talking and we got talking, and I asked him for his number as though I didn't have it because I couldn't chat him on WhatsApp. So I asked him for his number and he gave me. So my best friend called me and told me that he had asked her out for a date, and when they went for the date, I asked her how it went. She told me that she didn't see herself having a long time relationship with Raymond. My heart was so happy when I heard this because I felt that I've gotten a chance with this guy. So she was still missing her ex and wants to go back to him. So one thing led to another. We became friends. We got talking, and we became closer. And then he asked me for a date. And after that, a couple of dates, we went on several dates. So I saw myself loving Raymond. I started liking him not just because of his money, but because of his personality. Don't get me wrong, I love him for his money at first, but now I'm getting to like him for his personality. So we got talking and we became friends and we started dating. We became romantically involved as well. I kept my relationship with Raymond secret from my friend because I didn't want to hurt her. So after some months, my boyfriend Raymond has stopped talking to my best friend. So I just thought it wise to let her know. I was thinking of a best way to let her know I was in a relationship with Raymond. Not until she called me with so much excitement on her voice after she found out on Facebook who Raymond was. She was so excited and she called me telling me that she was going to chat him so they could come back together. She said she had made a big mistake, and I told her that he might have probably moved on. She said no, that she wanted to try, that she wouldn't want to make the mistake of letting him go because he was very rich. I was so scared when she told me this. I was so scared that Raymond was going to leave me for her. I was so scared that Raymond was going to betray me and go back to her. But he politely told her that he was in a relationship. When she told me that this was his response, I was so happy. And that was when I knew that he was serious about me and he was all mine. So to cut the long story short, I told my best friend I was dating Raymond. Since things were getting very serious with us, she lost it and she said I snatched him from her. I have tried to explain to her that I was the one who set her up at the first place with him, and she said I can't be trusted, that I am a betrayer, that I betrayed her. And I don't know how I did that. I didn't know how I betrayed her because I didn't even did. She's going around telling people now that I snatched her boyfriend from her. Am I the problem? Is it my fault? This follower needs your opinion, guys. Please comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of her, and do you think she's at fault? Do you think she made a mistake? Do you think she should leave the guy? Do you think she should also leave her friend? Let me know in the comment section.